All right, I want to demonstrate this temporary login without password. And the reason why I want to demonstrate it is because it's really a very important, very useful plugin to know about. And this is the kind of thing, this is the thing you would use if you want to give someone a login to your account, but you don't want to create a username and password for them. And this will work with any theme. It will work with Divi, free themes, paid themes. This plugin is free and it is independent. So you can create a login and you can give it to someone and set up what time or when it will expire. So it's very useful. You don't have to remember to go back to then, remove somebody's login. So what is the purpose of this? The purpose of this is to give somebody a login to the back end of your website, right? So if I go into the back end of this website, or I'll do it over here. So here's my website. I'm logged in, and maybe I want to give a tech access to the back end of my site, but I don't want to create a user for them, right? I don't want to go to the bother of giving them a username and password. I just want to create a temporary login. And what you can do with a temporary login is you just give somebody a link. You don't give them a username and password. You give them a special link. So I'm going to demonstrate this. So I'm in my dashboard. I'm logged in as me, the admin, and I've already installed the plugin, temporary login without password, right? That's this one, and you always look at store apps version 1.9.1, and here it is, version 1.9.1 store apps. So I'm just double checking. So I have created this. I've already installed and activated it, and then I can click to go to the settings area. And when I click on that from the plugin, it will bring me over to users temporary login. So let's say, and these are the settings of the when I create a temporary login. So this is the default for when I create it for anybody, and you can set it in here. Okay, so this is the settings, but I'm going to come over here and I'm going to create a new temporary login. Now this one that I had set up had already expired, so this person can't log in, but I'm going to create a new one. And it wants an email and a first name and last name, but they don't need that to log in. I think that is just for my purposes. So I'll do it for myself. Christina, I'll just call it test so I can tell it apart. Hills. So I'm creating a temporary login, and I'm under users temporary logins. That's with this plugin, and you can decide what role you want the person to have. So in general, if you're having a tech help you want to give them administrative access. If you want to give them a different level access, editor, author, etc. But most of the time that's what you want to do. After they log in, you want to take them to the dashboard. That's typical. And then you can decide you want it for 1 hour from now. So there's only access for an hour, 3 hours, 1 day, 3 days, 1 week, 1 month. So from now, and then after access, I'm not sure what that is. And then custom dates. So maybe you're going to work with a developer for 2 months. So you could give a custom date. So I typically will put a week. It sort of depends what's going on, and I'll click on submit. And now what it has given me is a temporary login, and I just copy this to the clipboard. You click on the clipboard, so I'm copying that, and see this shows, okay, I've given this user admin access, hasn't logged in, there's 7 days, and it's showing me these other actions. So I'm clicking on this, and then let me go to, I'll bring up Firefox, but I won't have my circle cursor, but I'll bring up Firefox, hold on. So I'm demonstrating how this will work. So I don't have to email the person, which is me in this instance, a username and password. I just copy the link and I can email them the link. So for example, if I go to christinahills.com, right, I'm not logged in. I can't get into the site unless I add wp-admin. And I would need a username and password to get in. But that's not what I'm doing. All I have to do is paste this link, and now it automatically will give me admin access. And I can see that I have temporary access. So it is very, very useful to have this plugin if you're working with the theme company and you're like, I'm having a problem with the theme. Here's a temporary login link that that you can use to get access to my site. And then let's come over to temporary logins. Users. Oh, see, I'm logged in as the temporary user. So in this browser, see, I have temporary access, so I don't have full access here. And I believe it also blocks all users. Oh no, I thought it did. Okay. But it gives me access to the dashboard. So here I'm logged in as the admin so I can see what's going on here. So let's see what this does. Email login link, copy login link, and then I can edit. So I can click on this, it will email the login link. So this is very, very, very useful to be able to give somebody access to your website. And then if I decide that I don't want this person to have access anymore, I can click on this and expire it. So let's say I gave them access for a week and then they got it done in 2 days, I would turn off access. And then I can always edit this again. And let's see if I can just click submit if it makes a new one. Yeah, so it's opened that back up. So that is how you use temporary login without password. That's just a quick review of what you need to do to use it. And it's really, really awesome. And I learned about it from a theme company. I learned about it from a theme company because they said, can we get into the back end, use this plugin so we can get into the back end and take a look. So it's very convenient to not have to share your favorite username and password, right? If you have a username and password you love and you're like, I don't really want to give it to this person, this way you create a temporary login and then they can get into your site and it's very easy to control.